right, cool. So now we just wait for Jesse. Double check it and see if it's up and running.
Yeah, it just came up.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
You know, I didn't think about that, but I should probably just start leaving my phone running on the fucking stream. Just because.
It gives you views.
I mean, shit.
I forget her name.
Stuck in a conversation.
It should just be looked.
Sorry, I should have come in there and said
It
something.
should just be looked up by James Fenton.
These boots.
All right.
Because you barely had any to begin with.
Is everybody ready to go?
Yep.
I am ready.
So this should be fine. Last week on Trumpet Adventures.
That was terrifying. Please don't do that.
What are you talking about? You don't want me to do it in like a
Like the B-52 shouting man.
That just made me think exactly of Cora.
yeah.
That line,
That's
like
that's
that line.
intended.
Well, that's
It's the old like 1950s
Yeah, that's what made me
like
feel
1940s
that.
radio
Yeah,
announcer.
the
30s, 40s? Yeah. Yep.
They also had like that.
Orson
same
Welles. Huh?
Exact, that was like their
You're having
same
fun?
line that they used for
With
the
my
same
hair
line.
tied?
Last week, our intrepid group of adventurers finding themselves in a sticky situation.
I hope not. Because usually those are puns.
It was just a pun that fits so well with last week's, or from last session, so why not, right?
What are we doing with? There's all the tar.
Fucking hated that. Oh, what, you thought he was referring to the hags?
No, she just had to look.
I hope that wasn't sticky either.
I mean,
I didn't think we got that phase. Okay, or definitely needs to come back with a Ring of the Ram. Forgot about abortion.
Mock speed abortion. Wow.
Right. Well, then you're like with you.
where's the celestial staircase again?
No.
Does it really count as abortion if you fall off of the celestial staircase?
I mean, we can make it look an accident. I'm trying to find something that'll make God push me.
I mean, you're arcing. Pretty sure it'd be.
I don't need to be made to push you.
Long
All right.
never-ending staircase. Goodbye, Arkin.
No, I would never do that unless it actually benefited the party.
Fair enough.
So you're gonna take a healing spell.
No, I said I wouldn't hurt you unless it benefited the party.
So you're gonna take a healing
He won't do anything negative unless it benefits the party. He didn't say he would do anything positive.
I've done positive stuff. Like I go for more utility rather than healing. Sometimes.
Is it normal for like other parties for the rogue to be the healing one?
Actually, yes.
Yes?
In 5th edition in particular, because of the power of getting somebody up off the ground, rogues with healing spells and with healing kits in particular are incredibly strong.
Yeah, that's actually fairly common.
Yeah. Bonus action to be able to use stuff like that, yeah, it's pretty big. It's genuinely pretty big.
Stop getting up my goddamn bonus action.
This is a joke. What?
She's like, see the
I ain't saying nothing. I thought I was a pretty good singer, actually. All right.
What? When was the last time you hid in a fight?
Medusa.
Yeah, okay, name one other time.
Do you want me to hide?
I mean, the Medusa.
We...
Okay.
I hid around the worm the whole time. I didn't bring around the rosies out of the.
Technically, she's right. She had the silent spell going. That's as good as hiding as against the
Hold
tremor
the
sense.
fuck up. No. We're talking about the action. Or, I'm sorry, the bonus action of hiding.
What's that? Bonus action?
Are you that much of a pussy? That's the only thing you used that bonus action for?
Way more stuff to bonus actions for.
Not get yourself off the ground, apparently.
Yeah, well, apparently not. I don't need to. I doubt. How much damage did I deal that fucking wizard, purple worm?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Between you and Jesse, you pretty much annihilated the damn thing.
Didn't
Yeah.
you and Cody go through the math and it was like him and R almost tied and then me right behind by like 20?
What, for the purple worm?
Or like average damage?
You did.
I think.
Oh, you're talking about like all together? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, how much health did that thing have?
Like 300 something.
I'd have to look at it. I don't remember.
We did a lot. It was like 300 something.
Yeah, it had to have been.
I want to
She
say
has the
it was
numbers
somewhere between 350 and 400. I can't remember exactly where I said it at.
Yeah.
I have the paperwork at the house, but yeah, I can't remember the exact set number that it had.
53, -8, -6, -18, -17, -17, -22, -10, -16, and that just kind of continues on until
A lot.
the ceiling came down.
Uh-oh.
That's going to be hard to pick up with the camera.
That was like a feather
Three.
touch right there.
Easy.
That was fucking. That's a pen.
All right, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Oh,
I think that's George's pen.
All right.
That is my pen. Why is it on the floor?
I don't know.
Uchi.
Yeah, pens that don't work don't go on the floor.
Usually.
All right.
Uchi, just jump for it. Promise it happens.
So,
Oosh. No. Oosh. No. Is it-
so
I'll get you your own flower. What's that?
last session,
And a rip-roaring adventure.
She's looking at you like,
rip-roaring adventure. Our high-flying adventurers.
what's wrong with you?
I can do the voice pretty good. It's just
Yeah,
hard for
that's
me
why
to
it's
keep up on
horrible.
it because I start laughing partway through. It's hard for me to keep a straight face while I'm doing that one. It's not much different from the when I do the Julia Child.
Oh,
Oh, Julia Child.
Yeah. Whenever I do that one too, it's hard for me to keep a straight face. The fuck? Is that actually Ushi meowing or is that something else
That's
meowing?
Ushi.
No, that's Ushi.
He's packing it. He's packing the little catnip thingy, and she's just like,
She wants her drugs.
She's very
Interesting.
vocal.
Yeah, oh, this is nothing.
"Is this her inside voice?"
This is her inside voice.
Technically, no. 'Cause the fact that we can even hear it means she's yelling.
Right, well, yeah, because usually we
is
don't
low
ever. Usually she never meows.
Well, I just mean in general, like people
Give
do
me
like
the
cats
drugs,
don't
give me
talk,
the
but they do this at such a low
Mhm.
frequency that we don't hear it most of the time. If we can hear them, they're basically yelling.
Right.
Like they do to kittens because they think we're retarded.
Fair
They
enough.
talk to us in baby talk.
Yeah.
She likes her drugs.
All right.
Yes, I know.
Can you not?
So,
If she has the catnip, she's calm and she stays off the fucking table.
last session, after leaving Egan's village, making your way across the sun-scorched, or not sun-scorched, but plain-scorched salt flats, if you will. Crystalline dust flats, more like it. On your way towards whatever is blocking the trade route, you eventually ended up running into an area of tree-like black stone menhirs. Making your way between those, eventually led into an area obscured by a heavy vaporous fog and walking through an area dotted with tar-filled pits. After a couple close calls, the party decided to use an alternate route to make it to their end destination.
It worked.
A clever combination of the telekinesis spell and the fly spell sent them jettisoning through the air to the end of the swampy area and what looks to be the beginning of a shale-like, cracked and broken area of stone. Taking the chance to go ahead and take a long rest. Finding out a little bit about some interesting items, including Lexi's fancy new glove and Gyatso finding out something's not quite right.
What the fucking dex?
Oh yeah, what was wrong with your decks?
-1.
Oh no. Wait, to the score or to the total? Like you got a.
It's a -1 to anything that involves a dexterity score.
Oh. It's just
So, waking up that morning, the day is yours.
need to go through and prepare my spells. I already did that.
I never did end up getting you the fully updated ones, did I? I think because part of me wants to say that for just 1 second. Because I think I ended up having to use an old one for you. Something else to spell. Right. The only thing that I didn't end up getting on here was I forgot to calculate the monies. I have it in my computer, so I'll get you some new ones here soon. I'll try to remember to get them printed out before the next one. But yeah, it took me a minute to go back and actually find the numbers and everything. But I eventually did find them. All right, so come morning time. Does everybody do it? Currently, the area around you, turning around back the way that you came, you can still see, not too terribly far off, probably less than 50 yards, the area where there are a number of what look to be broken off sections of those large black stone menhirs that continue into the distance and eventually disappear into the fog that you can see. And turning back in the direction that you're coming, you can look to either side, to your left and right, and see in the distance a faint line of lava on either side. In front of you is a large section of the shale-like stone that seems to have kind of risen up almost over the layer of shale that you're currently standing on, providing a little bit of a windbreak right there in front of you.
I'm looking around. Alright. Following us. Where are we?
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check. 28. No sign of the eye.
I will go ahead and open up my site and just take a quick gander around. Just to, nothing obvious. I'm just looking around, seeing if I see that I've done that before. I get a bit. Yep, okay. It's over there.
Okay. Taking a look around, you see the eye just over Gyatso's right shoulder.
Okay. Is it just like looking at us all, or like at him?
It's hard to tell, but you've seen it enough times, including on yourself. The way the eye seems to work is it appears over the shoulder and looks down upon a specific person, catching whatever's in the area.
Okay.
So it's catching really just
Okay.
A lot of the upskirt shots.
All right.
And I'm not sure if I had mentioned this the last session, so I'll re-mention it again since you're using your Detect Magic site. You can see a line of magic on Gyatso running basically from the nape of his neck to... Okay, I wasn't sure if I had mentioned it last week.
Right.
That was
But I do
where
Or last session. Okay,
That was where we got the -1.
gotcha. Okay.
I was talking to Cody about that, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna sprout wings or some shit." And I'm sitting there looking at him like, "Shut the fuck up."
There's a
Shut the
somebody
fuck
another
up.
penis. Somebody another penis.
It's gonna be another penis. This one's gonna come out from the neck. That.
Like a anal horn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a butt penis.
Take a vasodilator you can use as a weapon in battle.
Do a back bend and fuck myself.
Okay, now we're gonna. Would you like?
All right, let's move on.
Wait. Would that make it prehensile?
No.
No, that would be the crawl take down.
Oh, that's a
No,
that's a disturbing
that means
thought.
that means that it's going to be getting stuck in a lot of things. Like DM Fiat, you're going to forget it's there and close the door too soon.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So, continuing on.
Yeah, so continue on. See the line of magic.
I feel like it's taking a lot of brand
Yeah. Not many low doorways you can get. But
Splinters running under the table.
oh, oh, that was just no. Oh no!
Crawl through a broken glass and lemon juice tunnel.
What is your problem?
Why is the lemon juice here? I rolled the die. It's what
Somebody
happened.
hurt you?
I just wake up in the bar, cats look at her.
There you go.
I'm not listening to any of you.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
Okay, we should go ahead and pack up and let's keep moving. We don't have much time left on this plane before the fire resistance runs out.
I mean, that's fine. know anything about the eyes. I can't do
She's gonna bring in like a full warning star or some shit one day for you.
It's a clock.
Yeah, I was thinking to grab a gun. What's she in a Morningstar for? She's got a pistol.
Oh no, I got a Nerf gun.
You keep
This
hitting
is
towards the
Florida.
shining city.
Yeah, this is Florida.
All I did is scream, stand my ground. Okay, that's fine.
Trespass is a real fast way.
I enjoy the darker than me, so it works out.
Everyone's darker than you.
I know, it works out.
Well,
I got a freebie.
Yeah, right? Like, Jesse's covered in freckles and he still manages to be dark.
All I have to do is scream, that's my curse, I don't know you loud enough anywhere in Florida.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only problem is that you're more likely to get raped by college students. You win some, you lose some, right?
Not but rape first.
you got it that time. You got it.
Oh, the pain! Oh my god!
I was about to hit mine too. Jesus Christ.
That was fucking good.
I mean, I came of age with W, Grand of Strike.
Anyway, yes,
Oh, it's
back
just
up
so
our gear.
And look, if they don't
Oh,
want to,
God.
then their body will find a way to just shut it off,
I
right?
mean, what were they wearing that I was able to do that? Like,
Yeah. I mean, those gray sweatpants, man. I mean, you can't just walk around in public with those.
tossing around like that, they were asking for it.
Right.
This is the thing that gets us demonetized.
You'd have to be monetized first.
This is what gets us
I
demonetized?
can't wait.
You think out of all the
No,
other
no,
shit?
no.
Well, this is the one that most.
You have to
gets
say it.
on
You have to say it in the right order. This is what gets us monetized first. Then something will get us
I cannot
demonetized.
wait to sit through the whole 3 years of video we're gonna have by the time I apply to graduate school.
Oh,
Sit there in front
God.
of the dean, like 3 months of hearings just.
Well, you see, sir, I never said the N word like most of the other students.
No.
You have to admit that was a good one.
Yeah, I'm
That was a good one.
That was a
right?
really good
Come
one.
on, come
No,
on.
I'm great. Okay.
That was hilarious.
Look,
Really?
look. Godwin's law is 100% in evidence in these videos. That's it.
I mean, technically, if I said it, that means God planned it that way. So who are you to go
Right.
against God's plan?
I mean, this is a sociology study in and of itself.
I did it for the science or the walls.
Yes.
Say
Yeah,
science.
that was
Whatever
nice.
gets
Say-
you the
say-
grant, whatever
Yeah,
gets you the
yeah,
grant.
yeah.
Whatever gets you the grant.
I mean, hell, by that point, we might be in a whole different universe. And you just might be able to say, like, yeet.
I mean, see that kid on the right? He'll suck your dick really well.
As long as you give him some weed first.
You really have to do that. Tell him you got weed in your pocket. It's
It's like catnip.
it's like when you fake throw the ball for a dog.
anyone around here sprayed my skin recently, you just wear that, you smell it, you're good.
Oh, God.
Sprinkle a little oregano around your zipper.
Clean it right up.
You know, like some dogs like peanut butter? Yeah, kind of like that.
Just wrap it in rolling papers.
No, see, that would be too much protection for Cooper.
That's true. That's true. Fair
Oh.
enough.
Why does he shaking that fucking finger?
All right.
Demonstrating the size.
All right. So, continuing on. What, you got
I'm good. I'm
you,
good.
you got a case of the vapors?
Yeah, I'll
Someone's-
be all right.
Please,
Someone's
actually,
finally-
don't let me.
Someone's finally gonna watch these, and they're gonna have the same sense of humor. They're gonna be like, "Guys, watch these; they're so great."
Right. They're gonna try to show their friends, and their friends are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like when Cody tries to get everybody to watch fucking Letterkenny.
There's gonna be this headline: "Student kills himself for being bullied over trying to show like D&D to his friends."
Well, that's because that's the same one. Not in my school.
His last words were, "I hope they make a joke out of this."
Like the rest of his life.
All right, so continuing on.
Forwards.
Yeah, let's go ahead and pack up our gear. Let's keep moving. We don't have much time left on this plane before the fire resistance wears on.
All right. So, packing up all your gear, getting ready. The large section of slate that gets kicked up that you've been using to kind of shelter behind. It would be fairly easy enough to like climb over, but you can also just walk around the outer edge.
Yeah.
It's about 75 yards to get to the far end. You just walk around the edge.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the best option.
Hear me out.
No, well,
I know Lion King reference. Really?
Now hold on a second. How long would it take for us to climb up?
For the sake of a Lion King.
No, just for the sake of like
But
I
not
want to
actual
do
Lion
mental
King reference.
exercise.
We don't need this taken down.
Just a
Hi.
sec.
Not long. It doesn't require a check. I mean, this is cracked slate. I mean, the whole entire thing is made basically out of like thin plates of stone. So I mean, it's negligible difficulty to
Does
like
it
try
make
to
like
climb
a
it.
jut, or is it like more of a shell, or
Well, now I'm thinking like maybe we send someone who's small and dexterous up there that can scout ahead for us. And, tell us what the terrain's gonna look like.
The weathering on your side has knocked some of it away to where it is not quite leaning in that direction, but it appears as though it might stick out slightly more than the rest.
now what might have heat resistance on this plane? Is it also like whatever I'm assuming horrible UV radiation is also pounding down on us and whatever hellacious?
For all intents and purposes, as long as you have resistance to fire, in my book, you are immune to the negative effects of like caused by heat on something like the plane of fire. You still know it's there, you still feel
You're
it,
uncomfortable, but you're not
still
gonna
uncomfortable,
die.
but you're not gonna die.
Okay, just make sure I didn't make a horrible mistake choosing like a race from like the far northern areas. I went quite up this and get that much closer to like death by God.
Well, there is no sun in this area. There's no single source for any of this. It's basically
flat.
just a
The plane's flat, it's not round.
You look up and there's a bunch of giant orange orbs.
Oh, is this the moon? And then
I made all the mistakes. So many mistakes.
Are you regretting not playing Fireball to this guy now?
he can do anything he wants. Like, you don't have to tell us what he has a plan.
Meteors fall, party dies.
Yeah, I'll walk up it. Try to walk up it.
Okay. Like I said, easy enough. It's roughly about 25 foot, like straight up for the most part. Lots of handholds. Like it's practically a ladder, ever so slightly inverted backwards, so it's a little bit wonky, but it's doable. Making it up to the top, you can see out ahead of you, on the other side of it, is just more broken plane. Some large sections of this, what look to be like shell-like stone, like large sections, like 50, 60, 75 foot across, are kind of canted. This whole entire section looks to be broken up. And from the higher vantage point, you can see the two lines of lava on either side. And being pretty intimately familiar with various designs of environment and nature, you are currently on a peninsula jutting out into the lava ocean.
Oh, so this is just like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In smaller degree, yeah.
Hellacious landward land. God is trying to kill us. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
If someone comes up and asks me for their platinum, we're dying.
Somebody what?
If someone comes up and starts trying to bother me for my platinum, we're dying.
honey, in this you are the crackhead.
You're the closest thing to a Florida man we have when Cody's gone.
That is true. It's actually true.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does it hurt because it was mean or because it was true?
And you're saying that they're draconic aspects, but to be completely honest, it could just as be alligator scales. We don't know.
Don't you
So
dare
we
mess with my
it's
guys.
going to be like, see you later, alligator, and then we launch.
I made all the mistakes again.
Do you need me to make an alligator person? No.
You're like, what, 3 feet? Okay, so technically you're like an adult.
I have an idea for a new character now. But anyways, let's
The
go.
lizard
Keep
folk?
Huh?
The lizard folk?
Oh yeah, lizard folk from a swamp.
Mm-hmm. But you gotta
Wait,
talk.
we go back
You have to talk like the swamp benders from Avatar.
Yes.
Oh, you're going with that. I was going more for like the hillbilly.
I was
Louisiana,
going
like, his
way more for
enchantment.
I mean,
Louisiana.
Okay, I could. Yeah,
Think about it.
Yeah, I was going
Yeah.
more like, hey, we can do just like everyone picks a state and do that version's trash.
I like that.
That should be our Halloween episode.
I'm okay with that because I'm picking or no, not California anymore. Isn't it Texas? I'll pick Texas and I can come and see Elon Musk.
You're gonna come up with-
James, I want to actually play with you. No.
She
I'm
might
thinking more
not-
like Tabaxi, like a swamp cat or like lizard folk and an
Well,
alligator.
okay.
Just-
She might actually
If we're gonna
punch
do
you.
that,
if you look
so
Ooh,
close.
all the lizard folk of the internet.
ooh.
So someone's got Mark Zuckerberg.
No.
someone's
I got it.
Elon
I got
Musk.
it. I want to be what are they called? The dog. There was a dog
Jamal's?
race.
They're like hyena based.
There was a. Technically, it's a homebrew, but I wouldn't mind just throwing it on anything or even one of the custom-made lineages. But there was a specific dog race. Now I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. But I would absolutely choose California,
Canis.
the Canis.
Mhm.
That doesn't sound quite right, but that sounds like one of them. There have been a number of people that have tried to do it.
That's
Some combination of Canis and Lycan and somewhere.
Open canis.
But yeah, I would probably choose California at that point and be a Chihuahua version, like Beverly Hills. A Beverly Hills
Shade
Chihuahua.
constantly.
Well, no. I would be like a male Chihuahua, but I would have like a pink bow and like pink tips to like all of my fur and everything, and be like completely prim and proper. But I'd be like the biggest asshole in the entire world.
They're like one of the hairs falling off shape types, but it makes fluffy.
Yeah. Yep. Snookums or something, whatever the fuck those like ditzy bitches name their shit.
Just let
Other
Max
people
come
that's
up
not
with
your
your
name has engraved on all the stuff you own.
Or I could go the other route with it because it wouldn't be necessarily a shitty thing. I was gonna say I could do an Atlanta Pitbull. It'd be like a barbarian. It should be like the nicest thing in the entire world, like a pacifist Pitbull.
I love pit.
Little like
That would be
flower crowns.
amazing. That would be amazing to do like a pacifist Pitbull.
That's also a barbarian.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you got to do that with California too. Love food.
Or I mean, even Florida. What's the group here that does the pit rescues? I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
They had a TV show for a while. It was run. The company was run by the midget guy
Yeah. I
I
mean,
do
like,
Midget guy?
remember that.
or midget girl. Midget guy.
okay.
I can't remember what his name was, but it was a really cool show and it was really cool people who did like really awesome things.
Didn't they have like prisoners as the word?
Yeah, I think so.
Former
I think for the most part,
convicts.
it was mostly former convicts.
Yes, I do remember that show.
It was fantastic because like the guy would tell like all these fantastic stories about like people would call them to like come pick up like some stray pit or something like that, and he would show up on the scene like all like 4 foot nothing of him, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to get your pit," and they're like laughing at him. It's fantastic. I thought like some of his stories were great.
Imagine being 4 foot tall and bending a bit and being like a little like pillow.
Or it kind of me back.
Yeah, pits are like really sweet.
I mean, just ride the damn thing.
Oh my god, like the more recent works of
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings just
Okay, so yes,
uh-oh.
None of us here
Right.
Y'all had
He's
your,
never gonna live it
Y'all
down.
had your chance. Y'all lost your lizards.
Animal handling and chef knife, it's always going to be with him though.
All right.
Chef knife.
Any of his cracky behavior. Anyways,
Okay. So it's just kind of straight.
I'm telling you, like, at some point after he comes back, he's finding a cursed chef knife. He won't be able to ever put it down.
we should make him go and fuck with
Oh
the
my
dolls
God,
on that
he
Elemental
always-
Blade of Earth.
He always
What's that?
fucking
We should go make him deal with the dolls on the Elemental Blade of Earth.
he always fucking sits there and brags about how at Outback they taped the spatula and the knife to his hand. He got through the whole day with it. You
Yeah.
have to give him a curse like chef knife.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
spatula.
Oh
You have
God,
to.
he has to go through the entire day.
I don't know about the
And
spatula,
the only
but
way to get
definitely a
the
chef
points
knife.
Well, I mean,
Something to do both
obviously,
hands.
he gets a dagger taped to one hand, and then the other one's just gonna do 1 point of damage.
Right.
And again, then the only way to escape the planes, he has to master these
Or have him kill
Oh!
That's not even a problem for him.
Oh!
Like-
or have him face his past and kill the tropal.
Fuck! That was a good one. That was a good
I already
one.
told him at some point if he really wanted to be arrogant, he could make a D&D campaign called The Children of Ao and just have it as full of tropals.
Anywho,
How did you see your character names?
I've said it before that if I ever did like a Call of Cthulhu game, this was back when like he was actually still playing with us and all that. That if I did a Call of Cthulhu game, that at some point they would pass like a dumpster near a high school that was just full of like
Exes or-
dead babies.
wow.
Yeah.
Working almost.
Oh yeah. So anyway, so climbing to the top.
Plain of
Yep.
shell, love on both sides,
I guess we'll wait for her to come back.
peninsula.
I guess we'll wait for her to come back down.
Or just go over it. And just
If I don't have to, I'm not gonna. Yeah, you see this shit now.
So come back down.
Yeah, I'll scale down.
Okay.
Share the info.
All right. So what you guys doing?
We're gonna continue on.
All right. Let's get a marching order.
We're going to continue peninsula to the.
Yeah, because we're going where the cloud is.
shining.
Cloud. Oh yeah. I mean, at this point, you're so close to it as far as how it goes that I mean, you can still see over off to your right hand side that there is definitely that shining reflection on the bottom of the clouds
Right.
that Egan had pointed out was basically the reflection of the city of Brass.
Right.
But you are definitely in the right area.
Right.
I'm going to assume I'm in front.
Arkin, me.
I'll
and then-
be right behind her. I think that's the safe bet right
One.
now. And then you, and then Lexi. I think that covers quite a few people. Oh no. So looking around with my detect magic sight, do I still see, like, doing it once over? Do I still see?
No.
Okay.
Anyone?
Since I don't see the eye anymore. Yeah, no. So since this morning when we woke up, yeah, you have now. So if I start looking, when I start looking and I start gazing, and you guys aren't paying attention, like I'm not gonna make a goddamn fool of myself like I did again. Yeah, that was. So, like, I say, Kiwi. There's your.
This is you filling in the oxygen.
Yeah, I'm saying this like low, but
Yeah.
like not trying to hide it from any of the other party members.
Thank you.
Okay, so what was the marching order?
Myself.
Arkin, Doth, Gyatso, and Lexi bringing up the rear.
Pretty much just around the check.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Okay.
So let's see what monster was hiding behind some of this. I feel the thing up front. I always have the really good habit of picking. No.
Front, back.
Yeah, I'll mix it up. I'll take the bag. I'll take the middle this time. Well, the third one was gonna die, so I don't like that part of the Vulcan mind link. We can disconnect that one. That doesn't come with a warning.
And I've explained it to you before. It's not intentional.
I know, I
It's
just think that-
literally just like set up ahead of time, and you pick the wrong one
The
most
one-
of the time.
Like, yeah, let's mix it
Not
up.
all the time, but enough that it's fucking weird.
It's pretty funny.
All right. So, continuing on forward across the plain of blasted shale. The going isn't particularly difficult. There are large cracks, some of which are large enough you have to kind of hop over. Some of the smaller sections, your foot will break through almost a crust of shale where it seems like there's just a thin layer over a crack. None of it particularly dangerous, just cumbersome and more annoying than anything else.
Yeah, just sitting there like, fuck this shit, fuck this shit, fuck this shit.
Arkin, I need you to make a perception check, please.
18 plus 9, 27.
Nice. As you're walking along, even as nimble as you are, every once in a while you'll break through some of the shale, and it causes, minimal problems for you with how well you know nature, and you've been used to moving through these types of areas. Even if this particular one is foreign to you, you've moved through areas similar to this before. At one point, your foot breaks through some of the shale down into one of the crevices. And taking the time to kind of kneel down and move some of the shale away so that you don't make an outrageous amount of noise when you pull your foot back out again, dipping down gives you the perspective. You catch up ahead on what looks to be a jut of shale off to the left-hand side. A glint of what looked to be very subtly shifting metal of some sort. About 150 yards further up the peninsula and all the way to the left-hand side, close to where the lava is.
Are you guys kind of like crisscrossing past me and I run back forward when I'm kneeling down? Or are you guys like waiting behind me?
So far, we pretty much stop behind you when you stop. So.
Yeah, no, I think we all understand that if like the person who's best at looking stops moving, we
The
all should
Nazis
stop.
can't shoot us if we move. Don't move. Okay.
Remember, they can't track sudden movement. Sorry, I thought that was one of my better ones on the wall.
Anyways,
Alright, so guess I'm
And
down.
by better, I mean fucking despicable. Good nonetheless.
What you're saying is that Aunt Frank could stop masturbating and never would found her?
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's. Have you actually ever read her journal?
Yeah, I mean, if you read her journal,
She's
that bitch
absolutely-
was fucking rubbing
Nazi-
one out all
she
the
was
time.
absolutely obsessed with like genitalia, menstruation, masturbation.
Yeah.
I mean,
They gave us the sanitized.
oh yeah, you
version,
can
so-
read that was a dirty little 13-year-old walking in that fucking closet, man.
Mhm.
School's all just watered down. Look pretty.
Oh yeah, no. I got the sanitized version of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can be reading stuff like that.
I was lucky enough to
It's
have
funny
a
too
friend
because like just even mentioning like that just makes me picture the Family Guy moment where like it cuts to him and he's got the bag of chips.
No, yes.
She's just sitting there rubbing one out and everyone else is like,
Papers, please.
All right.
She's on this Twitter. She's talking on a board.
No, even better.
When she's a squirter, it leaks.
Yeah, I was just
Oh
gonna
my
say. I was just
God.
gonna say he's got his booklet open and like just water is just dripping.
It's not water. No one's quite certain what that is. we need a camera that's facing you too.
Goes in a week later.
Eventually,
To the doctor.
eventually.
I have an infection on my eye. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to, I guess. Hold up. Something's moving. I'm not going to use my hand gesture, but.
Oh, like that.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and open up my detect magic site. I'm probably not going to get anything at this distance.
Yeah, it's only within 30 feet.
Yeah. So
The only thing that you can gather is the same persistent magic that seems to be on all these planes.
What's the thing called? Cakers. I'm gonna take out my Caker Sapphire Eye and cast Clairvoyance ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it 20 feet off the ground.
The ground?
What?
How does.
What are you doing?
Clairvoyance. I'm gonna have it 20 feet off the ground ahead where she's saying. 20 feet off the ground in case there's anything so they don't have it on their eye level. I can cast it like that, can I?
There's some nuance to it. You have to choose a location. I mean, basically,
She said, you told us 150
Yeah, like
yards.
150 yards.
Right,
150 yards,
the-
20 feet.
yeah, the basic concept would be
Hey.
it would have to be like a thing per se. Like if you were to try like attempt it like in like through Earth or something like that, I would allow it to in a certain direction basically. This one, because it has to be within a certain distance of the sensor, you're not going to get anything if you're doing it something like that.
Okay.
So you have to basically choose like a person, a place, a thing like
That rock over there.
that rock or that group of rocks or like something with a limited location. I'm just trying to say like if you do that, you're not getting any information.
Like a rock cluster. Go that way.
Right.
Okay.
And while you wouldn't know that specifically, it's fairly safe to assume like you've seen like enough things like that you probably would have discussed it with somebody before wasting a use of something like that. That's me as a DM being kind of nice, but also just like realistic.
well, because it's a place technically unfamiliar to you.
Mhm.
Right.
They don't know what you're
But
doing.
since it's within eyesight, since you can actually see the location, it's not a huge deal. But
Again, it still has to be within range
Phrasing.
of the sensor itself.
I see. Okay. So then just 150 yards ahead on the centered on the ground.
It's the same, like on a location, not on a specific.
Is there a certain point that I would have seen? Are they near a certain cluster or a mark?
there's a very specific jut of stone that sticks up out from where the edge of the peninsula is. That jut of stone, you saw a flash for just a brief moment of steel moving.
Cool.
So
Right
I'll
there.
cast it centered on the gemstone.
Right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
There you
Sorry.
go.
Perfect. I was trying to like
I
not
get
let
it.
you like waste it or something like that. That's all. I wasn't trying to be pedantic,
Yeah,
but I also
I
don't
see.
want you to waste a use of something that's kind of cool.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So,
I see how it works now.
right. Okay. So, taking out Kanker's eye, putting it up to yours, and you watch as the fog inside swirls before disappearing. And through the eye, you can see over the stones that are right there. Just on the other side of that jut of stone, there's a shelf of worked stone with at one end what looks to be a metal crate holding a number of unidentifiable objects from this point of view, and walking back and forth along this worked ledge on this jut of stone looks to be a roughly 6.5 foot tall red-skinned creature in what looks to be a weird half metal, half leather suit of armor with
It's not mumbling something about like those bastards will pay or
Well, he can only choose seeing or hearing.
fuck me.
yeah, he has to choose one or the other at the time. I was assuming you were going seeing on this one.
Does he look rather
If
bitter?
I go audio, I'll say like clear audio.
Yeah. And you can swap back and forth as long as it lasts.
Yeah, but it takes an action to do so.
Right.
You look like a lizard man missing a chest.
Can I speak
No.
to them while I'm doing this?
No.
Okay.
Party member.
Yes, you can speak to your party members. Yeah.
Okay. Then
Yeah,
while
my
I'm doing
instant
it-
reaction was thinking you were trying to speak through the sensor.
No. No,
Okay,
no,
buddy,
no.
what
Well-
you doing? God damn it!
While I am seeing, I'm going to be relaying it to them as I see it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
There's someone that looks reptilian.
Does he look reptilian?
No,
No.
nothing about him looks particularly reptilian. Fairly smooth skin. You don't see a lot of it. The armor covers the majority of like open flesh. Basically, the majority of what you can see is a little bit of like neck and some of the face through the helmet that's not covered. It's red. You see a wide bulbous nose, but that's about all you can get. You know, a pair of thick, like dark, like almost black, like dark red, almost black lips. That's about all you can get as far as like the specifics of it. And he has in hand what looks to be a fairly simple style, like steel longbow with an arrow held on the string, but not pulled tight, just kind of in his hand off to the side. And on his side looks to be a fairly plain but wickedly serrated black longsword.
Definitely relay that, as well as large nose, dark red lips. Can't see much of him because of his armor, but he does have a bow ready.
Is he looking in our direction?
Is he? Or is
Not
he just
currently.
pacing
He's
back?
he's pacing back and forth on that ledge.
What about
He's
the
more
other?
like just guarding that position.
What about the other one?
Hold
You
on,
said there was
one.
two.
No, he said there was a.
There's only a
object.
single.
There's a crate with objects.
Right. There was a crate all the way at one end that had like what looks to be a pile of objects inside of it, but it's indistinguishable from the position where the eye is at right now.
Can you see? Are his lips moving?
No.
He looks humanoid, no tail or anything.
No tail, fairly humanoid. Hands are gauntleted. Can't really say anything about those.
So,
No visible scales. No visible feathers. No visible fur.
Any markings on his armor?
The armor itself, the leather sections appear to be a very dark red, bordering on black, and the metal portions appear to be done in. It would be it's fairly unkempt, so it's hard to tell. It's dingy, it's dusty, it's not very bright, but it's a steel that's edged in brass, but nothing, no monikers of any type.
Would it be let's say brass?
He has brass on him. He might be some sort of guard armor or
Like
something.
Centennial.
Switch to clear audio real fast. See if I can pick up anything from the crates.
Switching to the clairaudience, you can hear a faint, almost buzzing sound from the lava from being this close to it. And you can hear every once in a while he'll turn in just the right way as he's making his way across, and you'll hear the faintest of squeaks coming from the leather portions of his armor, but surprisingly quiet.
Definitely tell Arkin, hey, this guy's kind of quiet. Nothing else I can pick up from him?
Nope.
In the way?
Yeah.
We could try.
Is there anything that we have that could hide us at a distance until we close with him?
A really good one.
Before we continue moving, I'm going to go ahead and I'll ritual cast Rary's telepathic bond
For all of us?
so we can communicate without speaking.
From the same location where you're at?
We're not undercover.
Do we see any
You want to
jets of
scuttle?
rock?
Yeah, like, you want to scuttle under a jet real quick?
Yeah,
and
let's-
deal
let's-
with that?
Yeah, let's get under some kind of cover first.
Okay.
Okay. The closest spot that you could figure is about 50 yards back. You'd have to go out closer towards where the lava is. There's a number of pieces of slate that all come up as if something had forced them up out of the lava on either side of the peninsula. There's a number of juts along both sides of the peninsula
Are we
that are all different
more to
sizes.
the left or the right?
What's that?
More to the left or the right? There's two lava streams.
I mean, that would be entirely up to you guys as far as which side you guys were favoring, if you were favoring a side at all.
No.
The
He's like almost dead center in the middle, right?
No, the thing that you
He's on
saw
the
was to the left-hand side. There was a jut coming up out of the lava on that side. Correct.
So let's get to the left side.
We're going towards him.
Best to have a
No,
cover
he
in
said
mind.
you guys were falling back a little bit to find an area of cover.
Yeah, but he said
Right.
towards the left. He said towards the left at the same time he's on.
Yeah.
Have a cover.
Like
Okay.
some like
Yeah.
definitely something to walk
Okay.
on the side.
I was asking.
Now, are you guys making a particularly silent retreat?
My plan would be to be careful and watchful. I want to see if I can see him pop back over, or whoever it was that was popping back over. I'm assuming it was him.
Switch over to
Okay, so you want to stay where you're at, basically, or are you going with them?
I'm going to go with them, but I'm going to keep an eye on that crop slowly until I can no longer.
Okay.
Hey, dog. Need
Now,
to hold
however
on to the
fast
rope
they
again
go.
so I don't run into shit.
I don't know. My
Yeah, I'll
intention.
just-
Well, that's what I'm asking. Are you guys going particularly as quiet as possible?
Slow, quiet, watchful for me. However they do it.
slow, quiet watch.
Can I walk while I'm casting clairvoyance?
If we carry him.
Didn't say anything.
I mean, in theory, you would be able to.
Yeah, I'll just
You
hold-
wouldn't
I'll
necessarily
just-
have particularly great visibility, but
Yeah. Use my
Someone hold
visibility.
Yasu's hand.
And while we're walking, I'm gonna keep the center, same spot, keeping an eye on him.
I would live when shoot a mother and her child.
all right.
Holding
So
an Afghan sniper.
nobody's making a concerted effort to silence. I need stealth checks at disadvantage, please.
Oh, I didn't get my dice.
You don't get a stealth check.
Mm.
You're running off. Yeah, you're running off of Gotham Arch.
Oh, I feel so bad for
Still
you.
gonna have to-
Is this one of the things where Arkansas will kill someone?
Oh man. Yeah, right. Oh,
Man, we suck.
I had to
You
set
suck.
somebody behind you guys. I'm gonna get fucking sniped.
I would have been much better.
Oh, nap.
You bastard!
Simple enough. All right, what do we got? Arkin at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, 18.
18,
6.
6. Lexi.
5.
5.
Ah! I didn't have the
Well, you
worst.
still have your fucking implants done with gold points.
My implants are natural.
All right. So, so still maintaining your concentration on clairaudience or clairvoyance?
Voyance, definitely.
The visibility?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Making sure to watch to see if he's looking at us, or even looking in the direction of my senses for too long.
Your sensors invisible.
Exactly.
Turning to make your retreat. Within a couple steps, all three of Dothamar, Gyatso, and Lexi, shuffling their feet, knock a number of the shale stones around. And though it's no more noise than you've been basically making this entire time, Gyatso, you instantly see the figure perk up and head back towards the edge of the jut to where he can just barely peek his head over the top, looking in all of your direction.
Silent speech to each and every one of them after another stop.
I stop.
Why stop?
He just looked.
So why
No.
stop?
So, is he drawing a weapon?
No, he just perked up and looked up.
I'm just gonna keep walking. As I'm
Yeah,
talking,
we're
I'm
just gonna keep.
walking.
We need to just keep going.
Okay.
I'm still headed towards that cover.
Okay.
Would I have noticed anything? So I was trying to kind of watch Leopard Blunt. How long is it gonna take us to hit that jug?
Right about now, you'd be getting undercover.
Well, once we get undercover, I'll let him go. I'll start ritual casting for his telepathic bond.
I'll verbally talk. Can you still see him?
Mm-hmm.
Is he still watching us?
He's still looking over that area.
He's still watching the area where we kicked the rocks.
Has he drawn his weapon? Is it aim? Is it?
His weapon's still there. He's got his fingers on the string, but he hasn't pulled it back or anything at the moment.
He's touching the string, but not holding it.
Okay.
How long does that last?
Everyone's last 10 minutes.
Should be 10.
No, casting is 10 minutes. These rituals.
We have no idea if he's actually
10 minutes.
hostile.
That's how long it lasts? Is 10 minutes? Okay. Yeah, probably not too long. Yeah. Partway into his casting, you lose sight.
So, we have no idea if he's actually hostile to us or not.
Yeah.
If he's just guarding whatever he's guarding, if we don't get
Right.
close enough, we might just be able to get by just fine.
That's a good point.
So he's about 200 feet away from us. You know? Yards.
No, it would be about 350 feet as the raven flies.
Okay. So, what do you guys think is the best plan of attack? Do we attack? Do we go and talk to him?
I don't see why we would talk to him. I don't want to thinking he's involved with the trade. It looks like he's pretty alert, so I think if we get close enough to talk, we might put ourselves in an unnecessary situation.
Right. Good point.
We could just try and risk it. Walk closer to the edge on the right. Stay. Did you know what kind of bow it was?
Steel bow.
Steel longbow.
Longbow.
you have any cover spells, fog or anything?
Well, I mean, technically,
Scout says first
but
adventure.
I don't have anything prepared for the day like that. I wasn't prepared for something like this.
You could try giving him a wide berth. He's one person, there's 4 of us. We
Yeah,
have no,
no.
reason to bother each other. I mean,
I make some mistakes up because of both of your own bond. Yeah, that's true.
What are you guys
I
doing?
don't know. We're wasting time.
I just want to continue to tiptoe.
well, technically we have 10 minutes when we cast the telepathic spell anyways.
I know.
5 minutes after your spell ends,
Mm.
roughly.
Give or take.
So again, like, what do you guys think is the best plan of action?
Just keep going, trying to.
Should we go cross back? Did you say that stay on the right side?
Yeah.
So cross back and keep our distance from him?
We can cross.
Mm-hmm.
But we're on the left side. So
Yeah.
we're to the right.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not that large.
No,
We're
it's
gonna try
not.
and give him a wide berth, make it clear that we're not
Yeah. Okay.
coming towards him. Because it's, to me, at least, seems like he's guarding
Yeah.
Mm.
It seems like he's guarding that.
that crane.
Okay. So yeah, no, that's what you guys feel is the best course of action. All right. Let's do it.
I can outrun a couple of them. It's fine.
At least 2 of them.
I mean, that bastard's got built-in cover, so.
Mm.
Not your deck's.
Do you want me to take a -1 for my attack thingy too? Or just the
Yeah,
check?
from your attacks?
Okay.
Yes. Not your AC. All right. So, you guys are just straight crossing over the peninsula? Okay.
I'm just gonna try and continue our path, but making a conscious effort to get him a white bird.
Okay. Are you guys being silent? Are you guys being like stealthy, sneaky? What are you guys doing?
I don't think it matters
I'm still
much.
keeping the same profile I did walking here, just watchful. I'm very conscious of this area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it while I'm walking, so I'm not gonna try and go slow enough to be stealthy.
Okay.
Because I want to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not willing to make the time sacrifice to actually be silent.
Okay. Good to know. Um,
Do I want to draw a weapon?
I was about to ask if we should.
I don't want him to knock an arrow because I don't know how far he can see if he can see me with. I don't want to.
Should we have our boats out at least?
But yeah, they're gonna be out. I'm not just gonna.
Before we go on with the theory, then I'll take my bow out and keep it in hand.
I'll knock my bow. I'll have a shot.
okay. And you have your dice rolled for the day, correct?
Yeah, we did.
I thought I remembered
yeah,
we
it
did
before.
that
I'm
last
trying to be good
session.
about doing it before we.
Right.
Arkin, should I knock one too? Is that overkill?
That would be up to you, but
She gets some natural benefit from it.
yeah, and then I feel like if only. I don't want to look too hostile.
That's why.
It's only one of us. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the person up front doing the like maybe it won't look as as bad for me to be looking around with a weapon. So let's just check drop.
Okay. So,
Good news, the right side was all mines. Everything tar with shell on top.
all right. So, crossing over the peninsula, heading over towards the far side. This side also is lined for the most part with juts and plains and flats of shale. Some larger, none of them really provide a ton of hiding space unless you want to climb in amongst the actual like juts of stone.
You could
Sliding further up, walking fairly nonchalantly, right? Not trying to hide anything. Okay. Make a, because you're watching the jut of stone, correct?
Yeah, that would be where most of my efforts might be.
Go ahead and make a perception check, please.
17 plus 9, mod 26. Oh, that's right, I get advantage, don't I? I'll make sure I have that red. Yep. That's the best. 26 mod.
Okay. Knowing where to look, you can see right at the edge of the jut of stone, just the barest edge of a rounded helm, or at least you're pretty sure it's the helm from the description that Gyatso gave you. Just barely visible against the slightly brighter sky.
Alright. I can't judge too much from here, but the only thing I can do would be assume either he's just watching or he's reading a shot. Can't do too much about either, so I'm just going to keep moseying on. I might nudge my head ahead so that everyone hopefully sees, like, okay, acknowledged.
Well, we have
All
very-
right.
Yeah, we can speak
Oh,
telepathically.
we speak? Okay. Cool, I think he's watching us again.
Okay.
Be careful.
All right, walking along the right-hand side. Single file. Same order as before.
Honestly, why not?
Single file, kids.
A jut of stone sticking out of the lava. As you duck slightly to go underneath it, the second you appear on the other side of that jut of stone, an arrow from the same side that you're walking on pierces straight through your thigh.
Yay.
I don't need your AC. I rolled a crit on that one. Sorry. Narratively, I usually ask your AC to make sure, but I don't need it on that one.
I was sitting there thinking,
Yeah. Normally.
I was concerned for a second. Still concerned because he got committed.
You take 11 points of piercing damage. As an arrow from a jet of stone, just slightly off kilter from the one on the opposite side, you can see another armored figure just pulling back after the arrow catches you in the mid-thigh.
Cool. That motherfucker has a friend.
Cool. Now they're hostile. Now we can kill them.
Were we close enough together that I saw Arkin getting shot?
I think you would hear it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I said that motherfucker has
Well,
a friend.
Well, we're also like I'm assuming that we're all speaking telepathically to each other.
That would definitely be out loud.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, yeah,
That
no,
would be out loud.
I
mean,
get that.
have you seen the like a robot chicken, the gummy bear when she said I thought you heard telepathically.
Reversing Arkin.
Okay. As Gyatso reverses time on you, you take a step back, finger quotes, as the arrow falls to the ground where your leg was a moment before.
Mine.
He's not joking.
Does it look like a normal, typical arrow? Just looking at it pretty quickly.
Fairly normal. You don't recognize what animal the fletchings came from. The shaft itself looks to be some sort of a darker wood.
It'll fly.
It'll fly. It's a good, solid longbow arrow.
It has shitty human blood on it now, though.
Knock.
Okay.
Also, upon saying that, I'm gonna knock an arrow now.
Okay. So, next move is yours.
All right. I had seen him kind of over to that side before I got reversed.
Right. As you like holding your bow, jut of stone, you would have just barely like ducked your shoulder just to go
Right,
under that
right,
jut of stone.
Right, like leg went out to brace to
Right.
come out, and that's when he shot the leg.
Yep, straight through the thigh.
He
You would have seen him duck back over the jut of stone. From where your leg was to where he fired from was 75 feet.
Okay. All right, so he's 75 feet up this way. Might be in cover. Might already be ready another shot.
Okay.
Anyone got anything before I just?
The pushed off out in the open.
Why would you do that?
Large and shiny.
Large and shiny.
You're short and shiny. I don't understand. Doesn't help anything.
You're a bit distracted.
Okay, can anyone provide cover or anything before I stick body parts out again?
I mean, I can provide cover. You're just not gonna like the way I do it.
Can we taunt somebody? What?
No, I'd have to put you back in the bubble.
I can't shoot that either.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said you're not gonna like the way I do it.
Okay. The shell, it's not enough to really kick up dust, correct?
Correct.
All right.
I mean, the smallest amounts, but nothing that would do your purposes.
How quickly would Arkin be able to shoot 2 arrows?
You only get 1 arrow per round.
Either fuck me. Let's use one as a distraction. Someone throw something. It's not one of our party members.
I'll take my bow and
Come
hold
on.
the notched in one hand and summon the dagger real fast. Where do you want it thrown?
Just straight out distraction. As soon as you throw
Okay.
yours, I'm gonna give it just a second behind. Hopefully he shoots that. And not me.
Ready?
Yep. So he throws the dagger. Hoping he shoots that, and then when he does that, I'm gonna slide and then kind of look for a target and let go of the arrow.
Okay. The second you come through that opening, he already has an arrow ready and knocked. As he releases the arrow, you watch as it whizzes straight past your face, digging into the ground. As he reaches for another arrow, your shot.
Nice. That's good. Ish.
10 plus 1 plus 5, 16. Let's do this wrong. Roll, dex, plus
Proficiency.
1, proficiency. So 20 mod.
20 mod hits.
Just give me your dex and your dice.
It's D8,
And one-
D8 dex plus 1.
Is it D8? I can't lucky that, can I?
No.
No.
Not 20. Okay.
Maybe you should have let her tail go.
Actually, she did give me that double 20.
Yeah, right? God damn
Bounce
it.
off her tail. So 2, 6.
6 points of damage.
Isn't it you said it's her dex plus 1?
It's a D8 and then her dex plus 1.
Yeah.
Oh, plus 1, so 7.
7 points of damage. Right.
It's true.
Right card.
And so she just shot his arrow back at him.
Correct.
And hit.
I don't know what I did, but
I feel like that should be extra.
return to sender.
As you watch, as he pulls another arrow and just gets it to the string, You release your arrow as it goes straight through his eye and out the backside
Just
as he
what I
disappears.
like. Great.
Got a boo boo.
From the far side, another arrow comes whizzing straight past your side, disappearing into the lava.
How you're getting such bad rolls on these? You're not even asking AC.
Hmm?
I love how you're getting such bad rolls. You're not
That was a
even
1.
asking her
We're not doing
AC.
so much better either.
Well, he's at disadvantage.
I rolled a d20, or I rolled a 20 on the one that actually hit her, and I rolled a 3 and a 1.
I mean, he also knows what like AC is anyway.
I have a rough idea. I don't remember exact. I don't usually pay that close of attention to it, but I know for a fact. I know for a fact that a 3 and a 1 will not hit.
Yeah, no. What is your AC? Yours is higher than mine. 19? Yeah. I thought so.
I thought most of us were around 17 to 19.
Yeah.
Catching out of the corner of your eye, the jut of stone that you saw on the other side, you see a figure who was leaning out before he let the arrow go and disappeared back around the other side of the jut of stone.
That's actual disappear. Like it looks like he's ducking, or it looks like
You watch as he lets go and spins
pulls
around,
back.
pulls back.
Quickly, do I see the path they take to get up that rock?
There's a fairly straight pathway from where you're at to get to the other side. There's not really an up this because the jut comes out at a fairly steep angle like this and comes out pretty far.
Would it cause, if I got closer to that bottom of that jut, would it create any cover given where their vantage point
Like
is?
if you went from here all the way to underneath that one,
How far away? 75?
that's 65 feet from where you're at now to where you feel fairly confident he wouldn't be able to see you.
Yeah, I would be able to make that and dodge them. Much better cover.
Hey,
Okay,
come on.
I could run out and distract them. I have a fairly large chance of not
Hey, don't
getting
ask me,
hit.
just run. I didn't ask.
That's-
I just ran. You do your thing, run.
Definitely not.
I'm going to.
You watch as he spins back around, releasing another arrow that plinks off the jut of stone that you had ducked under to get where you're at currently.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run at him.
Okay. All right. Are you running for the cover side, or are you running for the side that would give you a shot on him?
I want the shot.
You want the shot?
I want the shot. I don't hear anyone else behind
her,
me.
Move her. She's about to get right in front of the camera. Come on. And you move her in front of the camera.
All right.
I don't hear anything coming from the peanuts gallery, and I'm basically like leaning in on the ground at this point. So
Yeah. What's your movement speed?
40.
40. It's up to you. You can go 40 feet straight out, which would mean you have disadvantage on the attack. Or you can run at a little bit more of an angle to get closer to him, but you wouldn't be able to clear the
Right.
jut. He would have cover from you.
Right.
So it's up to you which you would prefer.
Are you guys saying anything?
Well, I'm okay.
I don't know. Like, am I just running to like fuck someone up, or I'm trying to run towards cover and get you guys across?
Run towards cover to get us across. I can before you move, I can take you, and then you can take him. We can dimension door over to the other side,
Cool.
and we can
Grab,
ambush
grab,
them.
go, grab,
Or
go. Let's do it.
it's
No,
like
no,
You
no,
watch
just
as
grab,
he
go.
rolls back
Grab,
around,
go, I'm running.
All right,
Grab the little one.
releases another arrow.
grab her.
This was the same exact roll that I got last time. Plinks off the same exact jut of stone.
I'm just fuck all of you
Right.
in
So
general.
I'm trying to grab a hold of you. so
grab,
you
the grab.
I'll just pick you up.
All right, grab a hold. I'm gonna dimension door to the other side where they're at.
How much damage does a bite do?
1d4.
No, it's 1 damage plus your strength modifier.
Well, so 1.
All right, so dimension door.
To that jet of cover, or
Yeah, to
further?
the cover.
To underneath the jut where he's taking shots from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Same?
Yep.
Okay. You watch as he releases the arrow and rolls back behind the jut of stone as Dothamar reaches from behind you, places his hand on you, and all of a sudden you are shifted under the cover of the stone.
Okay.
Both of you appear moments later under the same section of stone.
Quick reevaluation. Anyone else? Any other kind of movement, glinting, danger?
Take a perception check.
19, mod 28. Look, you get on a fucking dude.
I have.
What have you not been doing?
Does
Taking him.
Does Sentinel work with ranged attacks?
No.
Oh, this I have a bow now.
No.
I was thinking that night time, but I was like,
No. Read your abilities. Taking a moment to reevaluate, you can hear the stillness interrupted only by the popping and fizzing of the lava around you. And then from the shelf of stone above you, you hear a very loud, very deep of a horn going off.
I know what Aiden's getting for Christmas.
Zayla.
God damn it. So many mistakes today.
Not getting one.
Butt trumpet,
Okay.
Monty Python style.
I thought it was only the party member that has to be. The wording on that.
Okay, how far does Dimension Door take us?
I mean, it took
I mean,
you
I'm
right
talking,
up
I'm
to.
talking to mage cast magic people.
Well, it can take us up to 500 feet, but like I don't know how many more uses of that.
We probably could have taken us right past these guys.
Yeah, but we didn't know where.
Yeah, no, didn't know how far
Yeah.
past lava was, and I didn't really feel like ending up in lava today.
Good news, you were off by 1 foot. Party dice.
Exactly.
It's the Nightcrawler conundrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should really be able to see where I'm going.
Centennials were all clones.
So,
Quietly discuss.
well,
We can
we're
either try
telepathically.
Yeah, we can either try to run, kill, Dimension Door away.
I think right now is our best bet to like attack and kill these guys, see what we're up against, and then
Do we know who we're making enemies of?
they shot you already, so they made enemies of us.
Well, is there a way to?
Can I see any of them right now?
Not currently.
Is there a way?
You know the basic area where he was at.
Right, I mean, they might be out scouting, or that could have been a signal for the other team to scout for them.
Well, that could be the other team. That could be calling for reinforcements.
As soon as one of them pops up in my vision and is within range, I want to hit them with Aura Sight.
As soon as who's in what?
Any of the little.
Guards.
Oh, okay.
Or we just go down to the end of the peninsula.
So back the way we just came,
No.
or go continue on,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just.
like bypass these guys entirely.
I'm
Yes.
gonna try to avoid something.
I mean, that's possible, but you know, if they call for reinforcements, then by the time we're trying to get back through here, it's going to be worse.
Tomato, we'll find a way. Live today for another battle.
Yeah, that's assuming that we live through the next day.
Besides, on our way back through here,
I mean,
we
now
do
you're
know
s-
the area, so
now
we
you're-
could just dimension door past this area now.
Or you're assuming that we're going to kill all the ones that kill us.
Okay, so we get past this guy with using magic or without using magic, because we can do one or the
I was
other.
hoping magic.
Okay, cool. Because I can't do magic and then get us back past here with the same magic. Right? I have 2 of these. I can cast Dimension Door twice a day.
Yeah.
Right. I used 1 to get us here. So I can either use it now and we can say fuck it on our way back, or we can get through this and then do it on the way back.
I still feel like we're probably killing guards for the city.
Okay.
You want to kill them? We can kill them.
I'm not saying let's stay here and kill them. I'm agreeing with you that we should move past, but like I don't think we should use magic to do so.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just want to run?
Yeah, let's go for it. Go.
All right. Shoving the Atso out from the jut, and then I'm going to kick off.
Okay.
You're very close to the ground. It's like counts as cover anyway. You're fine.
I have a 21 AC against these guys right now.
Are you going with it or no?
Yeah.
Just hauling ass?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're all hauling ass.
Okay. First one out. Oh, that's going to be terrible. That doesn't hit. Hauling ass across the shale, the broken shale. 1 arrow, couple feet to your left, digs into the shale and goes ricocheting off. You were
Kicking
immediately
off.
out
Yep, kicking
afterwards.
off right behind
I'm
him.
right
So
behind
that was
him.
the momentum. We're just both going.
I'm
I'm
right
taller.
Second shot, on the other hand, is
Ding.
actually fairly decent.
Yay.
That's a 21 total.
Holy motherfucker.
They rolled an 18.
Oh, damn.
Give it that sweet, sweet damage.
Cool. I rolled a decent on the attack. I rolled terrible on the damage.
I feel bad.
That's 2 points of piercing damage.
Yay, I know how that goes. Sorry. Alright. I'm still mobile?
Yeah.
Alright, Mama didn't raise a bitch.
The arrow, as you start running behind Gyatso, the arrow just barely catches you on the top of the shoulder, catching a flesh wound right across the top of your armor. Just barely enough to draw blood.
Okay. The fuck is y'all's problem? Still running.
Yeah, I'm running right behind her.
I got 40 feet. How fast is everyone else running?
Fast?
That's a 16.
Does not hit.
Barely.
As
Yeah, right? Barely, but like fuck still doesn't hit.
running, trying to your best to keep up with Arkin, you feel a tug on your robes. As the arrow catches the robes, doesn't quite feel like it passed all the way through.
Do I see where the arrow came from?
Are you looking? Or are you hauling ass?
All an ass.
Yeah, that's
The
what we're not-
difference.
That's why we're not firing back. We're just.
Russian 2?
I don't think like you pick up a road on the momentum.
That's a
Very-
14.
Yay!
Terrible. All right, he's going to take 2 last and final shots. Oh, well, okay. That's a 20 total against Dothamar.
Oh.
Because you two are the ones lagging behind, so the last and final shots are going to be against you and Lexi.
If that's the case, I'm going to use a reaction for.
Oh,
One second. Hold on. Get fucked.
He is a wizard. He doesn't
Where
like
is
being
it?
hit.
Yeah, I am going to use a reaction for shield.
Okay, you have it prepared?
Yes, I do.
That should be one that no wizard should leave home without.
Yeah, I understand that. Yes. And it doesn't happen anymore. No.
All right. Hauling ass, you hear the whistle of the arrow as a quick wave of your hand brings up a phantom shield behind you as you turn and just keep hauling ass. The last one, Lexi, you also hear the whistle of an arrow released in your direction as it passes several feet to your right-hand side, ricocheting off the shale. As you all begin to run off into the distance, you hear from behind you another quick 3 bursts of horn from behind you.
Yay, gonna die.
Final faster.
On your banjos? What?
Just all that.
I'm better intermission dance.
Oh, you gotta go back?
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
go to the bathroom.
All right. So, moving off into the distance, with the horns still echoing across the lava around you, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
It was badass.
Because I kind of have to pee too.
It was badass. Party level 9 just runs away.